Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Happiness is a Healthier Habit with me. My name is Jackie Poole. I am your nutrition coach, and here we talk about mom life, weight loss, habits, and everything in between. And we just chat. We chat about life, and let me tell you where I'm at right now because it's really been a couple of rough few days, and it wouldn't be life without ups and downs and roller coaster rides. And really, it's been really complicated these past few days because life really tests you as far as, you put out these things, you put out good vibes, but, there's always things that happen that test you and really test what you are meant to do, meant to be, test your relationships, your patience, taste your faith. And really, my husband just had surgery not too long ago, and we thought we were doing good. And then we had to go back to the hospital. And to be honest, it's been a little rough seeing him, really being, vulnerable and not being able to do certain things. And I'm so glad that I'm able to be there for him 100%. But also, I wouldn't be able to be as helpful as I am without the family that I have, because without them, things would be a lot more complicated. I wouldn't been able to be in the hospital with him. He was there mostly like 4 days almost. And it's really warming. And, I'm so grateful and thankful that we have the family that we have. Shout out to my sister-in-law, my mom, my father-in-law. I mean, they have been so helpful in really just everything. You don't know, it says, there's that saying, it takes a village to raise a village. And that's really the freaking case right now because, my husband is very vulnerable and, it's hard to explain this to the kids, why we can't pick them up, why, you shouldn't bump into daddy, or you shouldn't do this or didn't do that. And, right now it's really, they all need my undivided attention. And unfortunately, I can't do that without sacrificing some things. And that's where the family comes in. And it's been really nice to know that I have that support without any excuses, without any question. Like, I don't even have to think. They know and they reach out. And to know that you have that support is just so comforting because it really takes away the stress. And having that accountability, it's always going to be helpful with any journey that you're taking, whether it be your weight loss journey, whether it be a, life-changing moment in your life that you're struggling with. Having someone that's supporting you, that's being there for you, it's definitely makes a difference on how you execute, how you move into doing certain things, what type of things are you going to do based on that support, on that help, because yeah, you can have all the right tools, but sometimes you can't do it alone. There's always that need of help, whether it be support, accountability from a loved one, from a friend, from a parent. That always makes things a lot easier. And knowing that you don't have to do it on your own will make it go a lot smoother. And that's definitely been the case these past few days. So just want to say, find that group of people that you can account for. If you're losing weight, find that accountability partner. If your mother's struggling, find that friend. I have neighbors here that are also super helpful. They've reached out and, they've already mentioned, I am here if you need anything. So, there's always people around you, whether you consider them or not, but the fact that, they are telling you, I can help you, I am here for you, it definitely makes a difference. So always take it if it's going to benefit you, if it's going to, serve you, then always take the help. And so that is basically how I'm starting my week off. Definitely enjoying all the support. The kids are out of the house this week. They are, families taking them for the week. So definitely time to reflect on all of this, positivity that's come out of this, surgery. So it's definitely been rough, but we have the support, and I hope in any life event I can support you in any way and make things a lot better. And that's what coaching is. It helps you have that accountability, and you're in doubt, you can always check with me. That's what coaching is for. And I like to say, I would love to be part of your village. If you're looking for a coach, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to make better habits, if you're starting off your journey, don't know how, feeling overwhelmed, that's what coaches are for. And right now I'm having a one-on-one coaching sessions for the summer. It's a one and done session. We go through your symptoms, we get you started. I give you a step-by-step protocol on how to do things. You get a 21 detox cleanse, and we set and go. So if you're ready to make that choices and need help, this is the perfect time to get started. So we are going to be talking about the difference between calorie counting and intuitive eating. And which one should we focus on first? Calorie counting or focus on feeling full? What approach is best? And something that we should always focus on is what is going to be sustainable, what is going to be there to help us for, the long haul, the long term, lifetime, right? So there is a study that came out, and let me just start off with this kind of scary statistic, because it's really important to see how our nation's overall health is affected. And so that includes you, right? Because you're part of the community, you're part of this, country. And so overall, you want to be, in better conditions, because we do this for our family. We want to have the energy, we want to have the drive, we want to be able to play with our kids, we don't want to be tired, and so it's important to focus on our health. And so from 1999 to 2020, the obesity definitely has increased from 30% to 42%. And in my mind, that is pretty close to almost 50%. So, my goal as a coach is to give you the tools to be able to maintain your weight, to be healthy and happy with your lifestyle, right? And there's evidence that show that people who really focus on restrictive dieting and, doing a lot of eliminations and taking away things all at once, not really focus on other behaviors, definitely regain their weight within 5 years. And now I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm happy at a weight where I am, and I want to help you get there as well. So 2 things that before I begin with the difference between intuitive eating and calorie eating is 2 factors that should be focused on, right? As far as food goes, when we are focusing on these 2 type of methods, something that is very important to take account for is the amount of protein that you're taking in, because, really focuses on helping. Protein is really great for metabolic health, boosting your metabolism, building muscle. Good recommendation is 1 gram per body weight. So if you are 130 pounds, then a good recommendation would be eating 130 grams of protein. And so learning about counting calories can definitely help you get there. And that's just a recommendation. As far as fiber goes, that is another type of nutrient that should be focused on when you're looking into these 2 types of methods of really dialing in your nutrition. And fiber is really great for maintaining in a good way to, manage your weight. It's great for gut health. It helps you keep you satisfied longer. And a good recommendation for that is 25 to 40 grams of fiber. And then, that's just a recommendation. As far as the protein goes, if you're trying to lose weight, if there's a target number that you might have that is important to you, let's say you're 130 pounds and you want to weigh 120 pounds, your goal should be that 120 grams of protein. So that's just a good tip before we start talking about calorie counting and intuitive eating, because those are two only nutrition, focus tips that you can do as far as implementing on the food that you're eating. So let's start with calorie counting. There are formulas that tell you, how much your own body, expenditure is. So how much calories your body burns during the day, basically. And so depending on your lifestyle, depending on your height, weight, it varies. So there's calculators that you can search for on the internet to get your own. And that's something that I do help out during our coaching program as well, if calorie counting is something that you want to do. And, a lot of people can find it overwhelming to track everything you do. I definitely suggest trying it, a few days. It helps you learn about your food portions, how many calories certain foods have when you start measuring, the amount of, dressings or oils or, sauces that foods might have that might increase the calories on the food that you're eating. So it definitely helps you focus on your goals. Maybe might help you not snack as much. You're realizing that you're snacking a little bit more than you thought you did, or you're grabbing a few extra drinks that you thought you didn't remember that you were doing, and maybe, helps you focus and really dial in on your, weight loss goal. And a lot of people feel like they have complete control over this when they're really tracking their calories. So it's definitely a type A personality kind of thing, but it's definitely helpful for somebody who's beginning, who doesn't know about, all of these extra calories, maybe unaware of, not sure why they're not losing weight. They said, they're trying all of these things and they're not. It kind of gives them a vision of what they're eating and what things might not be, as helpful as I thought they did. Now, let's switch a little bit to intuitive eating. Now, when people are intuitive eating, they really learn to listen to their body. They're more mindful of the foods that they consume. You start kind of paying attention what foods are, make you feel good, the foods that help you, give you energy. You focus more on the foods that really help you, feel better. And so for me, that's just a much more easier and simple way of, everyday life for those people who feel like it might be overwhelming or they don't have the time to do all of these things. Definitely intuitive eating, it's a much simpler approach to, losing weight, really listening to, maybe sometimes when you go out to restaurants, they give you the full meal and, we tend to eat all of it. And so that's where intuitive eating comes in. You listen to your body, you feel full. It's okay to save the rest for later or, take it or leave it. It's just definitely more an approach of a assessing your own needs. And so the two are very different and both can be helpful. It really just depends on the lifestyle that you have, the goals that you're trying to achieve. And so both had no real different results. They both help different individuals. So it just depends on you. Everybody's different. Everybody, things differently. So for me, I love tracking calories. It's something that I enjoy doing. And it just helps me know that I got to where I wanted to be. So that's my preference for me. I hope today's episode was helpful and you gained a lot of knowledge. And if you felt that it was helpful, please share it out to anybody that you know, and we will talk next time.